like when they first told me, like it was it's like damn, like, and it wasn't even so much for me because it's just, like every day I live, you know, like it could be the last, but it was how do I tell my grandmother? How do I tell my mom? Like it shouldn't be this way. There shouldn't be something that you watch your kid or grandkid go through. It should be me, you know, taking care of them as they go through ailments. So that thought of like this could be it. Like how do I go up to my family and tell them like I need you guys to be strong with me was the hardest part.
When I found because his mom brought it up to me, and our first phone call to him was, you know, what the hell? Why didn't you tell me? And he explained that he didn't want, you know, like I said, to be treated differently or for anyone to act differently about it. So it took him a while to disclose. You know, there were some people who were very close to him who knew for a while, but before it became public knowledge, he held on to it. So initially, I was a little perturbed that he didn't.
He's not the type of person to ask for handouts. He didn't want any sympathy, nothing like that.
Don't want a lot of sympathy. I don't want a lot of handouts. That was the biggest thing. He didn't want to be treated any differently, you know, just after the knowledge of what he was going through. And that's the reason he didn't even want to talk about it to begin with. But after it was out there, that was one of the biggest caveats is don't treat me any differently. Don't do anything more for me than you were doing before. You know, and that was that's how that went initially.
I mean, there were several reasons why I didn't set up a GoFundMe. Like it just, the first thought to me, like I see all the time, like I need help to get my car fixed, GoFundMe. I need a divorce lawyer, GoFundMe. I want to make a bowl of mashed potatoes, GoFundMe. So it became like more of a farce than an actual thing for help, and it looked a lot like self-pity to me. It was a, hey guys, I was diagnosed with this. Let's all get in a corner and cry. What can you give me?
He and I kind of came up with the idea, kicking it around, about putting together a calendar, you know, with getting our fat friends together, drinking some beer and taking pictures. And so he contacted Kaylee, and she really got the ball rolling. And she basically made our dream real.
I guess you could call it contacting, because Jeremy shared some other photographer took pictures of a guy with a dad bod, and her photo shoot went viral on Facebook. So he shared it, just like laughing about it, and he was like, we should do pictures like this, blah blah. And I was like, no, let's do a calendar.
So you never really know where friends stand until that moment happens. That shows their true devotion to you. And when this came out, and like quickly, just people left and right, people I didn't even know that well, were like, we'll do whatever. We'll get naked. We'll get sprayed in the face with the water hose. We'll get tased. Whatever it was for the sake of the shot. We're just, yes, deal. And that was one of the most incredible parts of the whole thing.
When you deal with something like that, you get news like that. You know, you have a tumor. It's inoperable. The position, the size that it's in, could be, you know, detrimental to your health. It does kind of make you pause. But also when you get the feedback from people who have seen the calendar, who have joined in the whole project, it definitely takes your mind away from the negative, but it helps you focus on the positive. It helps you focus on the good things about being alive and, you know, being here, you know.
We were worried about getting exposure. Fox News contacted us. We were worried about how to spread it online. There were websites in Australia picking it up. People Magazine picked it up. We've had to do nothing. It has been wildfire as far as social media goes.
And then we were like, you know what, let's add everybody else to show everybody else what we're doing too. So everybody started adding their friends and family, and then all of those people added all of their friends and family, and it blew up. I mean, 4 days after I created the group, we had 14,000 people.
And me and Kaylee both received like an email message from a guy, and it was early on. It was a couple weeks into it, and he was like, "Hey, listen, I understand why this is happening. I understand your issue. I'm so sorry, but I want you to know that for the last few years of my life, I haven't taken my shirt off at the beach or at the pool with friends, and seeing you guys do stuff like this." I went to the beach last weekend. It was the first time in like 4 or 5 years I was able to take my shirt off and not care, just enjoy myself. And that was when we realized this was so much more than just, you know, a guy with a tumor making funny photos for a calendar. It was truly affecting people.
Does the calendar give other people confidence? Yeah, through the roof. You know, the response from the photo shoots from our friends locally to the reaction of other people as it spread out, as the page got bigger, as the calendar sales went up, and then a couple of, you know, the media attention and whatnot. Just the impouring of you know, feedback from people, their confidence. There's several particular stories where individuals were saying their husband, their boyfriend, their dad, after seeing the calendar, seeing what we were doing, totally just, you know, boosting their confidence and being more willing to kind of be comfortable in their own skin.
I need everyone around me to stay positive with me, and laughter is some of the best medicine. So if you can make people laugh, in reality, it draws the attention away from the reason you were there in the first place.
It's kind of made us focus on the good things, the positive things, as opposed to the negative and the dark.
I guess the way I want to be remembered is I didn't change from day one to the last day. It was Jeremy at Walmart, at church, at the office, at the photo shoot, at the vape store, with everybody I was around. Nobody can ever say that there was two sides to Jeremy. It's been me since day one. It'll be me till the end of it. And for my daughter to know that my friends, my family, they can say a lot of things about me. People have ups and downs, and they love me and hate me. But the same reason someone loves me is the same reason somebody hates me. There's no gray area with it. So I'll go out the same way I came in. I've never let it once change anything about me.
If anything, the only way that it has changed Jeremy is that it made him grateful to have all of us, and it made him realize how many people are there for him and how many supporters that he has in all of this.